Hi, I love horror. Do you? Welcome to Love Horror Podcast, episode 15. Last time I took a look at my top 5 zombie comedies, so I picked my favourite 5 zombie comedies and I talked a little bit about them. This time, I have been lucky enough to have had an early screener of Dismembering Christmas, an indie horror movie, slasher movie, and I'm going to talk a little bit about that now. Okay, Dismembering Christmas is an upcoming 2015 Kickstarted or crowdfunded holiday horror movie of the slasher subgenre, and it's made by Slasher Studios. It's a second feature film following behind their 2013 80s style slasher Don't Go to the Reunion, which won awards including Best Actress at the Crimson Screen Horror Film Festival. Dismembering Christmas is set to be released in October 2015. Many horror fans, or at least Friday the 13th fans such as myself, have wanted for years to see a Friday the 13th set with Jason Voorhees in the snow. I don't quite know why, but we have, and these good folks at Slasher Studios were no exception. Here's the official plot from the Slasher Studios website. It was supposed to be a holiday vacation they would never forget, not a holiday vacation they would never survive. When Mark and his friends go up to his father's new vacation home for Christmas, they were ready for a fun time. Out in the middle of nowhere, the house is cheerfully decorated for Christmas. But an unknown visitor is there, and one by one they are murdered. It's Christmas, and not a creature is stirring, except the killer in the house. I previously interviewed Kevin Summerfield, who has a small cameo at the very beginning of this movie, from Slasher Studios about Dismembering Christmas in episode 8 of my podcast. Dismembering Christmas had, according to Internet Movie Database, a modest estimated budget of $25,000 US as opposed to Don't Go to the Reunion, which had $18,000. I am fortunate to have seen both of these Slasher Studio feature films. I previously rented Don't Go to the Reunion and was lucky enough to be given the opportunity to watch a pre-release screener of Dismembering Christmas. And I must start off by saying that if you haven't seen either of these films and are interested in checking them out, please start off by watching Don't Go to the Reunion first. Don't Go to the Reunion is by far the superior movie despite being Slasher Studios' first feature-length film. Dismembering Christmas is certainly a much more ambitious project, but is plagued by bad cuts and sound quality. I should note that the problem with bad sound quality is not throughout, only occasionally. One such occasion is a scene near the beginning when a couple are driving to the cabin. The guy is clear, but the woman's audio is atrocious. Also, this actress's acting for the first half of the movie is very stilted, although not so much in the second half. There is a group of friends, 8, and having a large group of friends is common in slasher movies, and this wouldn't normally be a problem. However, it is not apparent who the final girl or leading lady is until the other female characters are dead. The final girl is played by the newcomer Nina Kova, who made for a very good scream queen, and some have even compared her to Neve Campbell in the Scream franchise. However, she reminded me more of Amy Steele in Friday the 13th, Part 2, not really sure why. One scene in the movie is completely unforgivable, no matter how low budget this movie may be. In a scene towards the end, and I try not to give away any spoilers here, and I don't think I am, the final girl has blood splattered on her face, and you can clearly see from the left side of the screen a black tube that is squirting the red liquid. This is so bad that I want to defend the filmmakers by saying this must have been deliberate, maybe some kind of a joke about bad effects in old horror movies. But as this is not the tone of the rest of the movie, I have to say that this is probably just a mistake. One that I am shocked was not noticed and at least fixed in post-production. It unfortunately also has a predictable ending with a meager runtime of an hour and 7 minutes, excluding credits. So even though I do like Slasher Studios and their first film did not leave me disappointed, in fact quite the opposite, this one did, and I am unfortunately unable to recommend Dismembering Christmas for anything more than just a quick rental. But please don't let that make you think that these are bad filmmakers. They are not, and I do recommend you watch Don't Go to the Reunion. That is a very professional and well put together movie. I'll try and make a podcast reviewing that film at a later date. The website of the people who put together this movie and Don't Go to Reunion is slasherstudios.com. There's no hyphen, it's all one word, slasherstudios.com. Okay, that's it for this time. I possibly will have another review coming next time. Not going to say what yet. We'll see what happens. Plus, I would like to review Don't Go to Reunion, perhaps the episode after that. So stay tuned. But as a reminder, this podcast is listed on the iTunes podcast directory and you can subscribe to it from there. If you have any suggestions for the next episode or just this podcast in general, then you can email me at lovehorrorpodcast@yahoo.co.uk. That's lovehorrorpodcast, all one word, lovehorrorpodcast@yahoo.co.uk. Thanks for tuning in.